Okay.
All right. Good evening and welcome to Meet the Maker with Wild Air Skincare. This is a really cool brand that was actually founded by Lisa Kennelly. She is the mastermind and creative genius behind these products, and they're based out of New England, which is really cool. So I'm going to hand it over to you, Lisa, because you have a really great story, and I'd rather have you tell it than me.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much. First of all, thank you, Holly, very much for inviting me to be here. It's such an honor. I've really enjoyed the interactions that we've had since you started the association and since joining. I think you've done an amazing job in a very short amount of time. You know, and I love how supportive you are of vendors and the spa directors and owners. So it's really exciting, actually, to see our industry come together so much that, you know, these past few months. And I'm just honored to be a part of it. So thank you. And thank you all for joining me today, taking time out of your busy schedules to join in and listen in. So Lisa Kennelly from Wild Air Skincare. And so I know that we haven't had a chance really to get to know each other. So I just want to let you know a little bit about what I do and what Wild Air is all about and why I do what I do. So I started my brand over 16 years ago, and it was actually under a different name. It was named after myself, Lisa Ann Skincare. And I grew up with my mom teaching me as a teenager how to give our own facials. So we would steam a pot of boiling water, put our faces over it, you know, with a towel, and then we'd put on egg whites and make our own mask. And it was very, you know, kitchen-y and do it ourselves. And that's kind of how I started, just loving natural ingredients and natural skincare. And I didn't listen to her, though, about sun care, sun protection when I was a teenager, because back in those days, we all wanted the deepest tan that we could possibly get, right? So we would have the aluminum foil out. It was so bad, right? But now, of course, I know better and, you know, like put on that sunscreen every day. But anyway, the point is I learned how to take care of my skin and doing it naturally. And I always felt that natural ingredients were, you know, just something that appealed to me. And if you can choose products that have botanicals in them and, you know, ingredients that are as natural as possible, that are also beneficial for your skin, why not, right? Because it's good for our well-being. So fast forward, though, into college, where I studied consumer affairs. And that was a blend of learning about consumer protection and some business classes. And I had no idea at that time that I was going to be going into making products and making my own company and serving the spa industry. But when I had two boys and I'm really jumping ahead. I didn't have two boys in college, but several years later, I wanted to have a career that was more flexible because my husband traveled a lot. So I wanted to be home with them, but I wanted to have my own business. So I started by making a hand scrub at home. And then I decided, you know what, I'm going to see what my local spa thinks of it. So I just organically just gave them a call, got an appointment, showed them my products. They gave me feedback and they took the products in. And then I decided, you know what, I love the spa industry and I love walking into a spa and feeling that vibe. And I just love what I do. So it just really grew from there. And so probably about 10 years, I made products out of my kitchen and I sold them to my local spas. And then I decided I can't do this in my house anymore. I was growing and the stuff was just taking over everywhere. And I moved out and found a little place that I could, you know, a commercial facility. And so that's where I am right now. This is actually my second facility after starting out in this little tiny place in the middle of a building. But anyway, so I am actually in the little kitchen area. It's about maybe 1,000 square feet or so. So I'm not a huge company. I make everything myself. I do everything myself except for my product photography and some other things. But that's, so fast forward or go back maybe 3 years, I decided I needed to give my brand a refresh. So instead of Lisa Ann Skincare, I wanted it to reflect more of what the products were about and what my brand message was about. So I took a branding class and worked with someone who was actually making products herself for the spa industry, and has since just switched right over to coaching. So I decided, you know what, I needed to reflect what I really want to present, and it was Wild Air Skincare just came out of, just reflecting where I am located. So I'm in New England, I'm in Connecticut, and I decided that each of my collections would tie back to a story that inspired me in some way. So I have 6 collections, and each one of them has a scent that ties back to an area or an experience right here in New England. So Wild Air is reflective of how crazy the weather is here. I mean, in 1 minute, it changes rapidly. And I know that New England's not alone in that case. And you out west have experienced that as well, right? So in a minute, everything changes. But the point is that the products are based on the beauty and the seasons of New England. However, most of what I do, about 90% of what I do, is customized products for my spa clients. And so today I really want to focus on what that really means for you. So I have clients that are as large as like the Greenbrier in West Virginia, a spa in Singapore, Texas, Florida. I'm all over the place except for Colorado and the West, like Utah and New Mexico and Idaho. So I would absolutely love to work with spas and customize treatments for your area. And what that means to me is that I can actually look at your area, partner with companies that are local to your area. For instance, if we wanted to do a coffee scrub and you wanted to use a local coffee roasting company, I could contact that coffee roaster, buy the coffee, put it in there, and then your products are customized to your area. Same with flowers that grow in your direct area. Maybe you have a lavender farm nearby and you want to have local lavender products. So that's kind of how I customize based on where my customers are located, the spa clients. And I know I'm talking a lot, but anyway, that's
Lisa, I gotta tell you, I think that is really cool. And Nicole just made a comment. Wow, I love that customized option. And I think what's really cool about you and Wild Air is that you not only just sort of customize, say, a scent, a fragrance that may be found in that region,
right,
but you have this capability and have this, I guess it's part of your best practices is to go to these local states and communities and say, hey, let's partner together. So it's kind of this win-win where you really can say that this product is, customized, created with indigenous ingredients from your backyard, basically. So I think that's fantastic. That really differentiates you for sure.
Well, thank you. Yeah. It's worked out well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I neglected to tell you that my products are for body and nail treatments. So just in case you were thinking that they were for a facial line, they're not. They're for nail and body treatments, signature and seasonal. So just to give you a sense of what I do make, I have some of my products here, and the collections are lavender, which was inspired by a local lavender farm that we have here. I actually went there and, bought some of their plants and really experienced the farm. And it's just, honestly, it's a popular scent. So I had to just include that in the line. The other ones are eucalyptus and mint, which I call my most spa-like because of the, eucalyptus is very spa-like. It opens up the senses. It really helps relax people, and it's just a beautiful combination. And I include spearmint essential oil in there to balance out the eucalyptus and the peppermint. I'll show you what they look like because they're far away. But anyway, this is a body scrub. Can you see it okay? And by the way, feel free to interrupt me, ask questions. I want this to be all about you, not me, how I can best help you. So feel free to just do that. And also I want to mention that everyone here is going to be getting a free sample kit. And so if you want to put in your address, your name into the chat, that way we'll collect that information and I'll send you out a sample kit next week, if you're interested. So anyway, this is a body butter, and I'll show you in a little bit the texture, and I'll apply it to my skin so you can see what it looks like or feels like too. And then in a few minutes, we're actually going to make together a sugar scrub, kind of together, virtually. Excuse me.
I love that idea. I'm super excited.
Oh, good. And then I'm going to ask you.
I wish I had my own little spa pantry handy here so I could physically do it, but I
know. Well,
practically do it.
Virtually. Well, you can tell me what you like in the scrub because I have some options here, and I'm going to do a little custom blending, and then whatever you like, I'll send right out to you. Sound good?
Sounds awesome. We love that.
And this is the cranberry orange is another collection. And this actually was inspired by here in Massachusetts, which is so close to us. They have an enormous amount of cranberry bogs. And actually, Holly, I think there's a picture that I like to show. I actually visited the cranberry bog, put on the waders that they gave me, put myself into the bog, which is filled with water, and really learned how the cranberries are harvested. And I think it's a different screen. Let's see. Well, anyway, this is what scrub looks like. You can see little tiny cranberry seeds are in here, and that's for gentle exfoliation, and cranberry seed powder. And anyway, so there's a lotion, body butter, scrub, soak, mask, the whole gamut. Okay. Holly's trying to.
I will have it. I
show you the picture. No problem. I'll just keep going.
That's the one. Okay, good.
Okay.
All right. So, oops.
I'll just pause for a second.
There we go. Okay, should pop up.
Okay.
No, it likes that one.
That's fine. So that's it. So you can see where I'm actually in those cranberries. It's not photoshopped, I promise you. But it was really fun. It was a local farm, a family-run farm, very small, but gorgeous. You should see the huge expanse of like red and pink. And they harvest them in the fall in October. And that day it was really cold and windy, but it was really beautiful. So I like to just sort of, have a story behind the scent choice and the products. Well, thank you.
I do.
Okay.
Super cool. I want to do that.
It's different.
I want to do that. I want to come.
Yeah, come on out.
Review. That'd be neat. Yeah. Next year.
Okay, that sounds great. The fall is the best time to visit New England for sure.
That'll be our event, our live event next year.
Oh, that'd be great. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
So Colorado, coconut. Coconut is the another collection, and that's inspired by the islands. You don't think of New England as having a lot of islands, but we have Martha's Vineyard, Nantucket, Block Island, so many islands off the coast of Maine and Massachusetts, and it's just a really tropical, summery type of scent that people really love. And then the most popular one in the collection is lemon verbena, and it's inspired by this frozen lemonade company that we have in Rhode Island, where I grew up. And this one is like the most unisex of the scents. And I sent Holly a sample set, so she's sniffing it right now. I wish you could smell these. Oh, thank you. So that's lemon verbena. So it has a blend of lemon oil, and it balances out with the herb verbena. And then, of course, pumpkin spice, because why not? It's pumpkin spice. And that's what I spent all day making today for a spa, because it's coming into fall, and it's a very traditional type of scent, and it's super popular. And then chocolate. is another one as well, because it's just, I work with a Lake Champlain chocolatier, and I use their organic cocoa powder in the products, and they're up in Burlington, Vermont. So I know I'm focused talking a lot about New England. However, you know, these products resonate, and these scents resonate everywhere. And, you know, they're used all over the country, like I mentioned. And so that's why these scents were kind of created too.
It is smart to have, you know, a foundation, something that
Yes.
people can just go, okay, let's just bring in this and this and this right now, and while we work on our custom scent. You know, it helps create a foundation, consistency, and that type of thing. So it is very smart that you have those choices. I would have to say that the lemon verbena is also my favorite.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I love that scent. I love a eucalyptus and mint for sure, but
Yes.
lemon verbena is just bright and fresh and just kind of, I don't know, it enlivens me. I love it. Yeah,
exactly. That's what it's supposed to do. And it really can be used year round too. It's one of those scents that it just, you know, you love it no matter what the season is.
Well, it's happy.
Yeah, exactly. It's happy.
Yeah.
So I thought I would just demonstrate how a batch of scrub is made. And so what I've done is I have melted, you can see these melted oils in here. So I used olive oil, coconut oil, rice bran oil, and shea butter. Shea butter is in almost all of my products because it's incredibly moisturizing, really helps with the dry skin, especially in your higher altitudes out west. And so that's all melted. And what I do is I just pour it right in my mixer. And here's my back or my side, hope you don't mind. I pour in a bunch of fine cane sugar, which gently exfoliates the skin. And a lot.
So Lisa, let me ask you a quick question. Now, are both of those sugar? Both of those were the fine sugar?
That's refined fine cane sugar.
And both of those pictures that you just put in were the fine cane sugar. Okay, so how do you know your ratio? Like, if I were to try to make something at home, how do I know how much oil to sugar to
It's really,
together?
that's the magic.
Yeah, you don't have to give away all your secrets.
No, it's okay. It's like baking though. You take a recipe, you start with a recipe. And I spent years, you know, perfecting it. And I went online, honestly, 16 years ago and researched formulas and just started playing around. And that's, you know, and then well, I started out there, you know, with a formula that I found on a website that was particularly geared for making scrubs and other products. And then I just experimented. And that's really what it takes. And believe me, I had a lot of failed batches. But I just found the right common, what's that?
That would be me, because me and baking don't go very well together.
Oh, okay.
I'm a very detailed person, but when it comes to things like cooking or that creativity, I like to be able to go, oh, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and not have it be so exact. So I probably make a lot of mistakes. I should not be your sidekick, you know, making your product.
Well, believe me, I do that too.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it can be an exact science. When it comes to making lotions, that has to be exact. You can't really do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. However, with scrubs, you can play around a little bit, and that's kind of what I like too, is it's a very creative process. So I'm gonna stop it right now because no one wants to hear the mixer going. But I will show you the end result. And it's more of a creamy scrub. And honestly, when it cools down a little bit, I mix it up again, and then it becomes even creamier. But it does not take away from the actual exfoliating, you know, piece of it. So there's the big bag. This makes about a little over a gallon. And it's a nice, you know,
That's a great consistency.
Listening. I don't know how well you can see it, but
It looks a little like, on Zoom, it looks a little like, what is that? Farina? No,
Cream of wheat?
cream of wheat.
Funny. It does a little bit.
A little bit. I mean, on this,
Yeah.
totally not in person.
So that's how I make sugar scrub. And then, of course, I had everything pre-measured and melted. So it takes a little bit longer than that, but it's a pretty straightforward process. What I thought I would do though is take a little bit, and then I have, what I love about doing what I do is that you can like play around a little bit. And I like to add in different botanicals, different ingredients, and that's where the customization piece comes in. So let's say we talk and you say, I really like orange blossom because it's local to my area and I really want that put in my products. So we'll take orange blossom, put in some orange powder, basically take some ingredients and really make it exactly what you want. So sage and lemongrass, we do the same thing. So as long as we start with the base, we can really add anything to it. So these are
do
rose.
You do a mix too? That looks like rose petals, right? So do you do a mixture of like, kind of essentially the whole flower, not whole flower, but pieces of dried flowers and herbs and things like that, along with say essential oils to get that scent that you're looking for?
Yes, definitely. In fact, I'll show you. This is where I keep all my essential oils, which it looks like a big hot mess, but it's but it's that, those are all essential oils there. And there's mandarin, sage, lavender, spearmint. There's everything. So that. And then I also have other kinds of fragrances, and those are kept here. And just a little fun fact, this whole shelving area used to be in a dentist office. And there's an area here that has these little miniature drawers that come out, and it's perfect for storing all my little things that I use. But my landlord took it and put it in here for me. So it's kind of a cool way to
A little setup you have.
everything. But yeah, there's honey and coffee and maple. There are thousands of fragrances, and I only use phthalate free or essential oils. Lots of natural fragrances, so you can really do a lot. So
what are some of the more popular, aside from your core products and core scents, what are some of the more popular scents that you find clients asking for?
You mean aside from what I have? So things like lemongrass, maple, I'm just trying to think, like everybody's different. It's really interesting. I have a client in Singapore that I just shipped to, and they wanted white tea and sage and white tea and something else. I think it was lemongrass. Because it's so hot and humid there, they wanted things that are bright and light and refreshing. And so, we put in white tea extract and, the scents and that kind of thing. So, honestly, lavender and honey, all kinds of combinations of lavender. That's super popular.
Lavender's kind of nice for sort of cutting some of the stronger scents, like eucalyptus, of course. Sometimes it just helps to balance with a few drops of that. I think that's probably why it's sort of almost that easy go-to. But it sounds like you could do just about anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So with some of the people that we have on our call, what are some scents that come to mind that would be interesting to you, or you think would be a good fit for either your spa or maybe I know Christy does consulting. So
Hi,
what
Christy.
would be a cool scents that people might want that
Anybody?
Put some people on the spot. They might be finding.
I know, we're putting them on the spot. That's not fair.
And Nicole's probably driving, in all fairness. So every once in a while, when she has a second, she can reach over and unmute.
Right.
Looks like Brooke unmuted. What do you have?
Well, with being in Montana, it's a lot of spruce, northern spruce,
pine,
rosemary, honey.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it's very, very, very
Yes,
dry.
exactly. And honey is really nice for moisturizing. I have a property that has their own apiaries, and we actually use their own honey to make products for them. And their guests love that, and they actually sell the honey. I thought that was a horse coming at you for a second. I always thought it was this brown head.
Looks like it. He's a puppy too.
But anyway, if anyone has their own apiaries, their own beehives, and you extract the honey from it, that can be used in your products as well. So the guests love the fact that something comes from, your own property.
Nicole mentioned ginger as being something popular. Obviously,
Okay.
I would imagine you could do something like that. Peggy, you unmuted, and I don't know if you can come back to us yet, but I was curious what.
I'm busy making my own concoctions, trying to fix dinner.
Is that right?
Just saying, I put a little this, a little that. So look up this skincare line. It's Retrovuve, Retrove.
Okay.
Retrovuve, actually, it's probably one of those. The woman who has that skincare line, she owned Kiehl's. Shh.
Oh,
He goes, I want more food. Kiehl's, who sold to L'Oreal
Sure.
in 20, yeah. And
Yeah.
it's her family that owned Kiehl's, and she brought it
Mhm.
back to life like 30 years ago and then sold it. So
Yes.
she finished her non-compete, and now she has this amazing line of uber expensive products that all have ridiculous. Are you familiar with this at all?
I think I saw the story. Is it with her husband as well? Or
That's
sort
what
of?
she writes. Okay, I'm just not even going to go there. She's
Oh.
married to him. He was a famous skier, and I don't really know what he does, but that's just between us girls here. Just saying. She is lovely. She happens to be a board member of a foundation that I run, which is why I know
Great.
more than I probably should know about it. Anyway, they own this huge property in Malibu, and they have avocados that grow there. So she's put avocados in her products.
Okay,
And
sure.
like what you were saying, it's right natural. It's right from her home and whatever.
Yeah.
So that's it. Here it's avocados. There's a lot of them, so that's really
Yes.
a big thing. For
Exactly.
me, anything lavender and lemon vermita is awesome, and I love
Good.
the idea that you could I live where there's coffee beans. You can make me coffee stuff. So that's
Exactly.
we call that because I do PR and marketing. We call that a unique selling proposition.
Yep.
What is very different
Exactly.
about your business, and I would be telling people all about that a lot, even if they
Okay,
don't
good.
care, even if they don't have anything, even if they don't have beans.
Right.
It sounds super duper cool,
Oh,
even
thank
though
you.
even though it really is cool.
Oh, it is cool.
It's
thanks.
super cool.
This is the greatest, watching you make your stuff. I'm just going to tell everybody
Aw.
about this. This is just amazing.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. It's a lot of fun, honestly. It's tapping into the creative piece, but then of course,
Are your sons all chemists now?
neither one of them. Well, my younger son has been my tester for a long time, like since he was little. He did not mind, putting face masks on and testing things and sniffing and telling me what he thinks. And he's in New York City, and he shares the products with all of his friends. He's a great support. I'm very lucky. I do have a lot of support around me, which is so helpful. Just like a husband who's supportive, and my other son comes in when I need him to move heavy things. So it's just great, honestly. And I love this industry. I think we're so supportive of each other. And truly, I don't want to just sell products. I really am a vendor partner. And whether that means, the full support or, training or whatever it is, especially in this time, if you have to be just patient and sit back and wait and not hound, spot customers who can't order, that's okay, and I just want everybody else to be successful. And if we're all taking that approach, then we all can be getting what we want. So that's my feeling anyway. We're here for each other.
Preach.
Yeah, I know.
I love it. It's true, though. It's very true. Everything you're saying is so true.
Yeah. Does anybody have any questions right now that I can answer before? Oh,
I don't know
thank
if
you,
you saw
Nicole.
that, but yeah, Nicole
reading
said great
comments.
energy. Yeah. Isn't that kind of fun, right? You
Oh,
can see what
thanks.
people are saying and you know, it really is a supportive industry. I mean, I think
Right.
when, especially when you find out about a brand such as yours, which, you know, I think we could certainly partner with any brand as well as an association. But each brand needs to have their own sort of value proposition that's a little bit different in order to keep things interesting, right? And to
Right.
you know, give us the opportunity to support brands such as yourself that are smaller.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, we call these kind of like these emerging brands, right? And the fact that you're in this room mixing everything up for us and, you know, putting your creative juices on display for us to just enjoy is really, really fun. I'm so
Aw.
thankful for this opportunity. So thank you. I don't want to take over anymore, but
No, that's
yeah.
okay. Thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate it. I just wonder if there are any questions, or does anybody want to see any of the products in use? I have the body butter. You can see the texture. I don't want to be so salesy, honestly. I'll just show you. The body butter is nice because you can use it as a wrap as well. And especially in this time where you don't want to be, you know, if you're looking for a waterless treatment, you can use it as a body mask, a finishing treatment for a manicure or pedicure. And it's non-greasy, it sinks right in, and it's really hydrating. And it's whipped up with over 90% shea butter and then blended with oils.
I love that idea of a body wrap, you know, and not having to deal with the water or the towels and just letting it sort of soak in while, say, the practitioner does a little scalp treatment or a facial treatment or even
Right.
a hand treatment using your products too. That's
yes, exactly.
Nicole
someone,
Nicole was curious about your pricing. What does that look like? And I think too, if you could address maybe, do you have opening order minimums, that type of thing, whether it's a dollar amount
Right.
or physical, you know, quantity?
Sure. So the products come in from retail sizes to back bar is 32 ounce, half gallon, and then gallon sizes. Normally the opening order is 250, but which is fairly low. But even now, I'm just, you know, not ignoring the minimum opening, being very flexible with that. So, and just to give, you know, I'll send everybody a sample kit with the price sheet, a brochure, and, you know, whatever else you need, basically. I have protocols, SDS sheets. You know, a typical price of a scrub is, what is that, $72 a gallon, I think. The lotion is $60 a gallon. So I try to keep things price competitive. Nicole's saying so reasonable. I try.
So reasonable. I mean,
Thank you.
and do you do different pricing for custom product? Or is it is it all sort of the same and just based on size?
That's a really good question. I should have mentioned that. Absolutely, no, I don't. Which seems crazy when I think about it, but it's not. I mean, honestly, I start out with my basic products and then add ingredients to it like I would with my core line. And I just love working with the spas, and I don't want to just make it so outrageous that it just prices me out. So from a business perspective, no, I do not. I don't charge any more for custom products.
I actually think
And I also do private label. What's that?
I think that's really smart.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks. It seems to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you, you mentioned private label.
Yes.
That's great. To that point, do you also do like in-room amenities and things like that? You know, kind of those one-off sizes for, you know, guest rooms and so on?
I do actually, yes. I work with a spa in North Carolina right now, and that's exactly what we're doing. We do like these little 1 ounce VIP lotion bottles and bath salts. So yes, and we're putting together a nice little box kit for their VIP guests. So that's an option as well. So yes, we can do like little travel kits and things like that.
So when you say you customize, like you full on customize, I think that is
I
a
really
very
do.
unique business proposition and partnership for sure. Definitely
Mhm.
sets you apart from, you know, a lot of brands, to be honest.
Well, thanks.
And I think that's really neat. Where some of us love to be part of that creative,
Mhm.
I guess, development, if you will, and input, and instead of it being kind of left out of our hands, you work
Right.
very closely with the spas, and I think that is also very unique.
Well, thank you. With no huge minimums, because certainly you can get private label and you can get customized products. However, a lot of them require thousands, hundreds. You know, I'd like to keep the minimums reasonable for individual spas because I work with spas that are, you know, large and then right down to the local massage therapist and all sizes in between. So whatever works for everybody.
What
So,
other comments or questions does our group have for Lisa?
while you're thinking of that, I'm going to take the scrub and I'm just going to put in some lavender in it. Since lavender seems to be a popular one, normally I have gloves on. So these aren't going anywhere except for right here. So basically, you know, and then I'll put in the lavender essential oil, but you know, you just blend it up and then, I don't know, this isn't working out too well doing this in a small amount, but anyway, you get your own like little lavender scrub. And then essential oils go in there.
You mentioned earlier that it thickens up, right? And so it absolutely does, and we can see that.
Yeah, this actually got a little bit too thick because I let it sit there. Normally I have it mixing, but it's basically a creamy scrub and it has the shea butter in there, leaves the skin super smooth and you almost don't need a moisturizer on top of it. So if you wanted to eliminate that as part of the treatment, you know, if you're doing a back treatment, or, you know, if you put a lotion or a body butter right on top of that and do the massage as part of the treatment, that works well too.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, Christy made a great point. You know, she just loves how easy you make it to work. You know, to work with, and I think as spas, I think that is really important, right? You don't overcomplicate that partnership, and
Right.
you know, you have some great things in your back pocket that make it easy
Mhm.
to make adjustments and to customize and personalize that experience, but you don't complicate it, which is
I
really great.
try not to.
Yeah. Do you do massage oils at all, or you just stick
Yes.
to the scrub? You do massage oils too.
Yep. Massage oils, the soaks, mask, everything that you need for a body or nail treatment. For the Greenbrier, we did do some customized essential oils for retail. So they, you know, it's a private label, and that's what we, you know, I gave them a whole collection of essential oils and their label, and that, I don't know, that was a little bit different, but that's an option as well. Okay. You're showing the website. So those are all the lotions, and they're all made with shea butter and coconut oil, rice bran oil, olive oil, all things that are really great for nourishing and hydrating the skin. All the fragrances are phthalate free. Just trying to think of what else. So they're all in recyclable packaging.
That's a plus too.
And then, yeah. And then one of my customers, they really like glass. And so all of their retail private label products are in glass. And that's an option as well. So you're not stuck with just what I have in stock. So if you want something that's more tailored to your, you know, your brand, the spa brand, I try to work with you and pick the right packaging for your needs.
That's
Yeah,
also very
here's
cool.
my contact information.
Yeah.
Feel free to reach out.
We'll make sure Lisa reaches out for sure as well. Yeah. No, I just think that this has been really great having you today and seeing what you do and mix up concoctions. You've inspired me to try something, but I think I'd be
Oh,
better
really?
off partnering with you and having you actually mix it.
Oh, well, thanks, Holly.
For sure, for
Well,
sure.
thanks.
Yeah,
Well,
well, we
I
only
was-
have a few minutes left. What else do you have for us, Lisa?
Well, I just want to thank everybody. Honestly, you took time out of your day to be here and to learn more about me, and I really appreciate it because I know how busy everybody is, and everybody has a million things juggling on their plate. So thank you so much, honestly, and I love the opportunity to work with you. But if you have any questions at all, feel free to call, text, email. You know what to do, and I'll get that sample kit right out to you.
Awesome.
With all the pricing information too.
Anyone have any other comments or questions that they want to share? I see Peggy coming back on.
Hi, Peggy.
I want to thank you and tell you that a couple things you need to do. Reach out to the yoga people, because even though we're doing our
Yes.
online yoga, I go to Yoga Works is my place.
Okay.
We should still be pampering ourselves at home. We should have the oils on. So a lot of evening
Right.
classes to take. So
Yeah.
you should tell the yoga people. And the
Yeah.
other thing is, those of us that have these nails, like my kids won't even look at my fingers because they're, Mom, we've never seen your fingers before because I've always had the nails. We're all struggling to get our nails back. So you already have products.
Right.
We're talking about it as a good product to help bring nails back.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. I know I have not had a manicure yet.
It's so
So-
sad, right?
I want to go so badly. So relatively
My
soon.
hair person is coming to my backyard
Oh, that's nice.
because there's a few ultralights that I don't find very attractive. You know,
Okay.
those little white things.
Oh, I think we're a little bit more ahead of things over here. We've already had salons open, and I've already had my second haircut already.
Yeah, one of
But
my
we were
daughters-
hit hard early.
Yeah, one of my daughters lives in Philly, and you know they're moving about with a little bit more ease. Another daughter lives in Florida. They're not moving about at all with any ease.
No, I know, it's tough. So we're all going to get out of this, though. And
Well, good luck to you, and this
Thank
is
you.
awesome. Thank you for including me.
well, thank you so much. Good luck to everybody. And hopefully we'll all be up and running 100% within the next, who knows how long, relatively soon.
Soon.
We take a deep breath.
Wonderful. This was really wonderful. I wish more had been able to join us today. I know today was actually back to school for a lot of students in the Rocky Mountain region, certainly in Colorado. So I think several that had registered have children. So unfortunately, it looks like they weren't able to join us. But just a little reminder, we will post the recording, the playback of this conversation on our website. You can go to Rocky Mountain Spa, ASSOC.com. Okay, and I put it up in the comments. To view our website as well as the playbacks, and also make sure that you join us on some upcoming events that we have. We have a very full calendar for the month of September. Every single Tuesday, we offer these wonderful get-togethers with our brand partners, 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, or Daylight Time, I guess is what we're really on. And then every other Wednesday, we offer Wellness Wednesday activities. Definitely take a look at our website today when you get off. We have a couple of events that if you register as soon as possible, you should be able to get your event gift in time for that particular event. So take a look again at Rocky Mountain Spa, ASSOC.com for more information. And also, if you want to join, if you're not already a member, definitely check out our memberships. We're running a promotion for 2020, so take a look at those and feel free to reach out anytime with any questions you have. Lisa, thank you so much. This was truly so much fun. And one of these days, I'm going to come out there and I'm going to mix with you and get my hands all full of scrub and lotions and potions and everything.
That's great.
Because it just looks really super exciting to, kind of be truly behind the scenes. This was fantastic.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. And I want to come to Colorado.
Yes, you
and see
should.
the beautiful mountains.
Yeah, we'd
Well,
love to
thank you.
have you. We'd love to have you.
Okay. Well, thank you, Holly. Thank you, everybody. Hope you all have a great evening.
Is the size of a horse.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Lisa.
Take care.